Hi everybody. So before I get into my reaction, I just wanted to let everybody know that I ran into a lot of technical issues in this reaction video, so just be prepared for that. So I've been using my phone as a recording device, and I didn't think to actually turn on Do Not Disturb, so I got a phone call during it, and that disrupted the recording for phone. For audio. So the audio drops out toward the end of the episode, and I switch to my camera's audio, which is not as good, and it's picking up the sound from the episode a lot more strongly, or it's a lot easier to hear the episode, and you can't hear me as well. I realized that like during my discussion, but just heads up, that's going to happen. And then also I ran into an issue where my camera stopped recording. So you'll see a little card that pops up for a few seconds while I'm fixing all of that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Sorry about that. We're still working on getting my equipment to better quality equipment. So it works right now what I have, but eventually I'll get a microphone and fix things up a little bit better. But yeah. Anyway, that being said, enjoy the reaction. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, or during this video. I don't know. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ricamus Reacts. My name is Ricamus. Today I'm going to be reacting to RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 6, entitled The Tipping Point. And that's it, Tipping Point. Just a couple of things from the last episode. So I think I may have been wrong. I haven't checked the credits or anything. I may have been wrong about Blake's dad's name. I heard Kira. I have a bad... Sometimes I can't hear things properly. So I heard Kira, but I was watching... I watched a couple of other reaction videos today, and I think DB Geek pointed out that it sounded more like Gira, kind of like Bagheera, who is the panther in the Jungle Book. So it's possible that his name's actually Gira. I gotta check on that. I think her mom's name was Callie, or Kali, not Callie. Kali, but it could be Holly. I'm not sure. Let me think. And another reaction video that I saw today was Storytime Family, who. So I was making the comparison of Menagerie to Israel, because they were given this space at the end of the war. But they brought up a very good point that the way it's described sounds a lot like Australia, where there's a lot of desert land that's uninhabitable, particularly because, well, not necessarily uninhabitable, but dangerous to inhabit, particularly because of the dangerous animals that live there. So I'm wondering, yeah, so that sounds a lot like Australia. It also, there was something else that reminded me of as I started to think about it more. It'll probably come to me in the future. Anyway, the last episode was great, but this episode, it looks like we're finally going to get a confrontation between Team Ranger and Tyrion, based on the end of the episode and the thumbnail for this episode. So I'm very excited to see that. Make sure this is still recording. Okay. Excuse me. Obviously, it's a lot later in the day than I said, and you're not going to be seeing this video until next week. But I initially had said that I'd be recording this video back to back to back, but I ran out of space on my camera, and then I ran out of space on my computer and my external hard drive, so I had to kind of figure all of that stuff out, and in the meantime I had to go to work for a few hours. So finally recording this, that's why the lighting has changed. Hopefully I'm bright enough, I'm not bathed in darkness like I was last time. But anyway, let's get started on this episode. I also never had my coffee today. Oh, it's good coffee. You know what I think would be interesting would be I kind of enjoy when shows slightly tweak their intros from by the way Gira or Kira, whatever his name is, I still don't know what kind of faunus he is. I'm assuming he's still some kind of cat, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm very curious to see Tyrion interact with the team. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I'll probably come back to it, or I'll put a little thing on the bottom saying, I don't know, commenting on the fact that I forgot something. Changing the intro throughout. But I mean, they pretty much cover everything in this intro, but I kind of enjoy when shows will slightly change the intro as new developments happen. Yeah, it kind of makes it more fun to watch the intro, even though I love the song and the intro itself. Anyway. Laura.
What's on the agenda today? Walking. With a side of... Walking. Haven is a lot farther away than I thought.
Ruby, how long did you think this journey was going to take?
Like 2 days?
I don't know. I grew up in a small area. I've never been this far away from home.
Right, but how long?
Maybe like 2 weeks?
What?
Okay, fine. 3 or something.
Ooh, Jean looks older. I mean, he's always looked he's looked older in this season, but
Hey, what's that?
That's strange.
is there no town on the map?
Didn't think we'd be hitting another village for a few days.
Could be a new town.
Are those buildings damaged?
We should search for survivors.
Oh yeah, they started building a town and... Okay, alright, jumps.
Anything? Nothing over here.
It looks like this is where they're gonna run into Tyrion.
It almost seems like the town was abandoned.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I found something.
Oniyuri.
Oniyuri. Never heard of it.
Me neither.
I have. You might think of it as Anima's mountain glen, had it never been completed. Years ago, the richest members of Mistral were unhappy with how the kingdom was being run. Frustrated with the council, they pulled their resources together to
Man,
build
we never
their
hear
own
Ren
city
speak this much.
with their own laws. They hoped that one day it could maybe even become its own kingdom. Many thought it would be the future. I know my parents did.
What happened?
What always happens.
The Grim.
Interesting though. If there was so much hope for the future, it's interesting that the Grim came. Bandits.
One?
Shh, come on. Let's just get through here. This place gives me the creeps.
Man. Ooh, I like this music. Wait. Yes. We haven't seen her in a while, too. Huh. I wonder if that's Mirror Mirror Part 3. That was powerful. God, what a prick. I want to hear that whole song now. And actually, like, I couldn't fully hear the lyrics. I love that dress. High Society. After High Society got destroyed, right? That's interesting.
That's precisely my point. We offer farmers the exact same wages given to the rest of our mining staffs. Their argument's completely invalid right out of the gate.
Well, I think the bigger issue here is our society as a whole.
What? You mean Atlas?
Atlas, mental. You can't deny the economic disparity between the two.
I mean, what exactly are you suggesting?
I'm just saying, I don't think it's necessarily an issue.
Where are you going?
As much as it's one of Humphrey's.
I'm
To mingle?
just a little thirsty.
Sweetheart, we have people for that.
What? No, I can get it. I'll be right back, I promise.
Oh, look, no one asked them to move here.
But companies like the SDC promise us jobs.
I'm sorry, I tuned out for a second, but sounds like I'm the good guy again.
God, what a dick. It's nice art.
It's beautiful. You two match.
Yes, it's a lovely painting.
So, that was my attempt at breaking the ice. How am I doing so far?
You look
You're leaving a lot to be desired.
Well, I've always appreciated honesty. Henry. Marigold.
Henry Marigold.
Weichny.
I know. I saw your performance. Obviously.
Ooh, I like the art in the background.
wonderful.
There too.
And I promise I'm not just saying that because you're pretty. Honesty, remember? So, you thinking about buying it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, kind of pricey for a painting.
Is he the
Raise
artist?
money.
Oh, really? For what?
For what?
I'll admit, I only come to these things for the food and drinks. And the extraordinary company, of course. So, what? Is it another Mantle fundraiser or something?
Get out.
What?
Get out, or I will have security escort you out.
But I haven't done it.
Leave!
Damn right, Weiss.
Whatever.
Does it come as any surprise what happened today?
It was a long time coming, if you ask me.
Ooh, she's gonna go nuts.
You said the same thing last night. If they're so arrogant to think they can get by without proper kingdom defense, then I say good riddance. Shut up!
Weiss.
You don't have a clue! None of you do!
Excuse me? You're all just standing around talking about nothing. Worrying about your hair, your money, your stupid problems that don't mean anything.
Weiss, that's enough.
Let go of me.
You're embarrassing the family.
I said let go.
Ooh. Oh shit.
Arrest her! What are you waiting for? She's insane. She should be locked up.
She's the only one making sense around here.
Yes.
Thanks for the party shot.
she's not using her powers, and she's just lashing out. Oof. Like it's just like building up, and she needs to learn how to control it. But that was awesome. That was her first full summon. So this is probably where Ren's parents got killed. So he must have met Ren and Nora later. Fuck, here comes Tyrion. Ren must have met Nora later. Oof, the way he runs is... This is gonna be rough, because RWBY doesn't do well against people normally. Fuck. This guy's insane.
Oh shit. Pause.
Not looking for a fight! Who are you?
Who I am matters not to you. Or you. Or... Well, you do interest me. No, I only matter to you.
Me?
What if she's just gonna go with?
You haven't the slightest clue, do you? Oh, how exciting this must be.
What do you want?
The rose has thorns. My little flower, I'm here to whisk you away with me.
Well, what if she doesn't want to go with you?
Well, I'll take her. We're not going to let you do that. Good.
Oh no.
John!
episode. All right, hang on. Let me make sure that I have enough time on this. All right. Okay, I have like 8 minutes, so I'm just gonna talk through this. So that was a great episode. I mean, all these episodes have been great so far, but this one, there was a lot to it. One, I'm glad we finally got to see Weiss again. We got to see the concert. I'd love to hear more of that song, and I'd love to hear it again. I'll go listen to it later, because I want to hear the lyrics. But it definitely sounds like, you know, I'm my own person. Don't, you know, force me to be what you want me to be, kind of thing. You know, kind of following that trend. It's probably Mirror Mirror Part 3, or maybe it's titled something completely different. I don't know. One thing that it made me think of, though, was have you ever seen the Fifth Element? It reminds me of the opera scene in the Fifth Element, just in terms of the tone of music. Not, you know, there's a whole like other dance scene. One thing that I had initially thought was it would be really cool if she was singing while like doing that whole like Fifth Element thing where she's singing on one thing and then you've got RWBY fighting on the other side of things. But I see why they didn't do that, because it would have kind of broken it up more, and they obviously needed to cut because it looks like they're going to continue the confrontation in the next episode. Excuse me. And they wanted to continue, and they also wanted to do more with Weiss, so that was cool. I liked seeing that she just did not care for high society anymore. She's moved beyond that, and oh no, please tell me it's still recording. Okay, so this recording got a little messed up, so hopefully my thoughts didn't get all... the sound's going to be messed up. God damn it. This is what happens. This is what happens when you get phone calls in the middle of something and you don't check to make sure everything's working. Anyway, so I'm going to continue talking about that. I'm just going to talk a little bit more. I'm going to repeat myself about Weiss just to make sure that I get this down. Well, you know, yeah, so basically the Fifth Element aspect of it, I thought that you might have that side-by-side going on, but I like this better. We got to see Weiss not being very happy with high society, and how, everything that they're talking about is truly meaningless. They are, excuse me, her emotions are building up. I like that it led to her summoning the Borbitusk that she defeated, and she did a full summon this time rather than just the arm of the knight. But and it's a good thing that Ironwood was there, because he was able to stop her summon, but also because he was able to see that, and I think he's going to help her in lieu of like Winter not being around, or maybe he'll summon Winter back to help her. But either way, I think she's going to get the help she needs, even though things are not going to be good for her with her family. I'm pretty sure Jacques is going to do something. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where this is going, but yeah, I love Weiss as a character. Like initially her trailer was my favorite trailer, and over time it ended up being I appreciate all the other trailers as well, and I kind of go back and forth about what my favorite one is, but I just loved the emotion that came from it. I liked her style of fighting. I liked the idea of using dust and also using the sword, so that was that. But when I started watching the show, I was disappointed in her character, in the way that she, you know, the kind of character she was, but I like that she has the way she's grown over time. I am very I love her character development, meeting RWBY and working with the team and becoming friends with RWBY and working really well with everybody else. She's actually by the end of it, she was more the leader of the team than RWBY was. RWBY was still the team leader, but I feel like Weiss, I think did it makes sense when you go back into the tournament. It makes sense why she ended up going into the next round, and and all of that. Yeah, I can get more into that another time. But yeah, I love where Weiss's story is going. I can't wait to see more. I hope we see more of that in the next episode. Talking about the town, I should have written down the name because I completely forgot the name of the town. But so it seems that this is the town where it's related to the death of Ren's parents. It's possible that they were part of building the town. They put all their hope in it, and then they died because of it while he was young. And so that's why he was orphaned. And then after that, because it seems that after that he met Nora, and because she didn't know anything about the town, so clearly that they didn't grow up together up until that point. So he also mentioned that it was one Grimm. So I thought it was the bandits, but it looks like either it was the bandits basically caused this one Grimm to follow, come there, or that just one Grimm, just happened to destroy that town. But because he saw that symbol or that footprint before, it's possible that that's like the Grimm that destroyed. What town was that? The town a few episodes ago that was destroyed and the huntsman died and all that. So yeah. And then in terms of that fight was awesome. I mean, Tyrion is forced to be reckoned with. It was great to see how well everybody fought together against a person, but clearly they're still not used to fighting against people that want to kill them. So Jean he's definitely improved, but he definitely needs to improve some more because he was no match for Tyrion. But I liked seeing Ruby power up Nora. Nora was a beast as usual. I love Nora. But yeah, I mean, from the beginning you saw that he was just Tyrion was just cutting down at Ruby's aura, and yeah, I mean, even from that first swipe, they even showed that. So he was just gonna weaken her, and I'm wondering if he has venom in his tail, in his stinger, that would allow him to basically paralyze her so that he could just take her with. It's also possible. So a little side note, a little bit of an issue with this because it's a bit of a trope to have the gay villain, but he definitely he definitely indicated that he was he kind of indicated that he was interested in Jean, so that was that was funny. It was funny, but it does kind of fall into that like trope of the like crazy gay villain. It would be nice to see some non-villainous gay people in this universe, obviously only if it kind of fits with the story. Shoot. Boy, I'm just having all kinds of tech issues. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know where that cut off. I was just saying basically that it would be nice to see non-heterosexual characters other than who non-hetero. So like basically I would be nice to see some gay characters who are not villainous, as long as it fits within the story. There may be plenty of gay characters already in the story, and they just haven't had opportunity to reveal it. They even said that it's possible, because they're growing up, it's possible that some of the teenagers are going to discover their sexuality at some point. They just haven't discovered it yet. But once again, that's only if it fits within the story. It would be nice, just because I'm a big fan of representation. I'm a straight white man, but I still love to see empowered women, people of color, people of different or women or other genders, however that works, as well as different sexual orientations. So it would be I know that they're aware of this, so I'm not going to be like, you should do this. Because apparently that's a thing that's been happening within the community lately, and I don't support them bullying people that are putting out such great content. just because it was promised doesn't mean that it's going to come when you want it to. But that's besides the point. Let's see. Yeah. So, and that being said, I'm not going to go into a whole shipping thing because I don't have a problem with shipping, as long as it doesn't really. I enjoy certain ships, both gay and straight ones. Like, obviously, I enjoy the Ren and Nora ship because that one actually makes the most sense within this context of the show. I do enjoy White Rose because I do like the idea that the way that Ruby and Weiss have become friends. It's possible that it could grow to even more, particularly now that they've been apart. But I don't go out of the way to ship things that could never actually happen within the show. But I don't have a problem with other people that do that. I'm nothing wrong with shipping. I'm just telling. I don't have a problem with shipping. I'm telling you how I feel about it. About the ships that I kind of like. Anyway. So yeah, that was a cool fight. I think I had speculated a few episodes back. I don't know if I speculated about that on camera or off camera that Crow would intervene in a fight. Once Tyrion came after them. I wasn't sure. It got pretty far into the fight, so I wasn't sure if Crow would show up. But then we saw the Crow flying. I just wasn't sure if he'd get there in time. Was the other issue. But I'm glad he did, and I'm glad that means that there's going to be more confrontation coming in the next episode. Now I have to wait a whole week. No. Anyway, I feel like I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna have to go back and see. It really sucks. I think I only missed a few minutes in the end of the episode in terms of my recording here, so it's gonna sound a little weird. I'm sorry it sounded weird because it was coming from my camera there. Yeah, that was a great episode. I keep up the great work. I mean, visually, the show is great. The fighting is great. I'm loving the story. I'm eating it up. I said in the last episode that, I keep on saying this, RWBY, come for the fighting, stay for the story. That being said, while the story is amazing, I'm loving it. I'm eating it up. And it makes episodes like last week's episode go really quickly, even though it was a relatively shorter episode. Even though that episode was a little bit shorter, and didn't have any fighting, it was great. I loved that we actually got to see some fighting again, and it was a great fight, and I have to watch it again because sometimes it goes very quickly for you, and it's hard to process everything. So anyway, I've gone on long enough about this episode, and there have been enough technical issues to make anybody a little bit upset with me about it. Anyway, if you would like to if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I post links to all of my reactions on the RWBY Amino app. I'm also Ricamus there. And I am on the Rooster Teeth site. I'm a Rooster Teeth First member under the username Ricamus as well. And let's see what else. And yeah, if you'd like to continue the conversation with me, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all my subscribers. I have 25 subscribers now. Yeah. Thank you guys. I'm glad that some of you are enjoying my content. I did put out a couple of videos recently that have been a little bit I don't think my Spider-Man reaction video is very good. The trailer, but whatever. Yeah, and I've tried to do a couple of other reactions that haven't been doing very well. I haven't enjoyed what I've been doing, but if you guys like my content, I'm gonna do other things. I'm considering doing some streaming as well, some Let's Plays, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Anyway, I gotta get going because I just keep on rambling. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.